So let's see. I think we covered all of the things. Let me see. What did I say? Have we covered uh, uh, loneliness? Yes. Financial stress? Yes. Financial stress. It is. It did make me cringe every time I put my cards on the thing today. Um, but I was like, it's money, and it's not a huge amount of money. I was sensible. Um, yeah. And it's like you've got to make, if you make the decision to spend it, then you've got to let it go. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? I think
exactly.
you either decide to say no and not spend it, or when if you do, just go, that's the decision I've made, and not keep stressing about it. Because that's something that I used to do. I'd be like checking my bank account. I'm like, I know that I've gone into the red, but I'll keep looking at it. Um, so it's just like, it is what it is. Yeah. What was the other ones? Family conflict. What advice could we give to people who are perhaps would might get into conflict with their family?
Well, my advice would be not to go there in the first place, but anyway.
Yeah.
But if you feel you have to, then set some boundaries and just walk away. Try and take a deep breath. Don't mix alcohol into the situation, and try and be the bigger person. And uh, well, my main advice would be don't be around their energy. But I'm sorry, but like I've learned so much over the last few years, and if it, I just don't like conflict anymore. So
Yeah.
my main advice is don't be around energy that's not there. But if you have to be, just avoid it. Go into the next room. You know what I mean? Just walk away from it if somebody's getting leery or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. And well, sometimes you can end up in conflict when it's not really a toxic relationship, but people can just have had enough of each other from being in the same room. I think there's probably going to be
Yeah,
a
that's it. Like, so no, it's not like, empaths especially, when we're around so many people, it gets draining. We need to recharge. And oftentimes, and I remember this from years ago, I'd be so drained, but I didn't understand my energy. And I'd still be sitting there in the middle of all these people. And now I know that if I'm feeling any way depleted or drained, go and have a walk for yourself, go into another room, have some time, meditate or something,
go
just to be mindful of it.
outside.
Huh?
Like, even no matter what the weather's
Yeah,
like, go
go
outside.
outside for a minute. Yeah, yeah.
And get into your be mindful, get into your senses, and just feel like the cold air or the rain on your skin. If it's daytime, you know look for some greenery that really sort of brings you down. It's having the space to not react. I think it's like you said, being the bigger person. I think sometimes, when you're in that pressure cooker with your family, you can, one person reacts, and maybe steps out of turn, and it can snowball. So it's like res- being respectful, but taking space, and then coming back when you're able to respond rather than react. So putting some space between you and them, and it like, self-care is really important. Mindfulness, getting out into nature if you can. That's, I think, when the weather's bad and you're in people's houses, certainly in my experience of Christmas, is you don't even go outside. You end up just eating all this like high sugar fat stuff, and sat in front of screens in a pressure cooker situation. And it's just not good for you, is it? I mean, even the best family, it can be testing, can't it?
Yeah.
Even the most loving and well adjusted family, it can be testing to be in that situation. Yeah. So just don't be afraid to just go off on your own for 5 or 10
Exactly.
minutes or an hour,
Yeah.
or for the rest of the day. Whatever is needed
But
to
yeah,
be
that's the thing.
back.
I think when I started to be aware of my energy, and when I stood around my friends that I went to a hen party, and I felt that heavy energy, so I just wandered off into the woods on my own. Happy days, and I felt great when I came back.
Yeah.
And say I was DJing at a friend's party, and I was just so energetic drained afterwards. I literally just snuck out to the backyard with a cup of coffee. I could hear them in the kitchen. It's like, "Where's Angela gone?" I was like, "I'm not even going to say You know what I mean? Just for a few minutes to get myself back to myself, like, and just that's it. Just wander off, get yourself back to yourself, and then come back.
Yeah. Grief we've covered. Pressure to meet expectations. So I think we covered everything that we planned. I've got some all round tips for all of those things. So which we've said before, but we'll say them all together in one list. So setting boundaries is important. So don't go to draining gatherings if you don't have to. If you don't want to and you don't have to go, it's okay to say no. Also, it's okay to go for the amount of time that you see fit and don't feel like you have to stay there longer than is comfortable for you. Managing your expectations. Don't compare yourself. It is the thief of joy. Don't compare to other families. It doesn't have to look perfect. Do you know, actually, when my dad arrived about 40 minutes ago, and I was like, I just finished all the wrapping, and I haven't tidied up yet. And I was like, oh, I haven't tidied up. And my dad, in his wisdom, said, listen, Carol, if the only thing that needs doing is the tidying, then life is good.
Yeah, that's true.
And I
In
was like,
fairness,
you're right. Thank you.
yeah, that's yeah. So I say, oh wait, if it just lifted off your neck, like, yeah, that is actually just yeah.
Yeah. And I was stressing about it. And I've got time. I was just like, I planned on that before they landed. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, ah. And that's that thing about your own expectations. If we were talking about this last time about spontaneity and planning things, like sometimes and Christmas is a time of year when we do plan things to the nth degree, that if it doesn't go exactly according to plan, it doesn't mean that it's not brilliant and enjoyable, isn't it? Like maybe I remember last year the pigs in blankets got burnt. and my sister was like, oh God, I'm so sorry. But it's like, but there's lots of other food. It's not the end of the world,
Exactly.
and it's appreciating what's going right. Put the glasses on for what's going right and let go of of the perfect that you will have planned.
Exactly.
Likely you've probably planned a perfect one, but it doesn't have to be perfect to be
I think it's the messy Christmases, the wrapping everywhere, also lying on couches kind of after eating too much. That's the fun part. Like, who cares about being perfect? The imperfect makes it more special, I think.
yeah and it's having that connection of some kind, like connecting with your pets or reaching out to a friend or being in a room full of your family. And I think that's another thing to remember when you want to kill someone because they're doing something that's really annoying you, and and you're like, well, be grateful that you've got these family
Yeah,
members with you, because some people aren't so lucky. So like some people, I'm very fortunate to have my mum and dad still alive. I know some people are not in that situation. Some people have lost children and aunties, uncles, grandmas, granddads. There's people that partners even. People have lost people that mean a lot to them. And you're fortunate, even if they are driving you mad, that they are actually able to drive you mad.
yeah, that's it, exactly.
Yeah, so try and find the good in the
Exactly.
annoying.
There is. There's always something good to look at. There is. And that's the thing. It's the same with the wrapping paper. What your dad said. Literally, you have everything done except finding us a bit of wrapping paper.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's a win.
Yeah, it is. And I needed someone. Sometimes when you need someone to remind you, don't you? And you're like, yeah, I'd tell someone else that. Yeah. Plan self-care, which is a big one. So it's okay to take some time, and it's good to take some time alone. Make sure that you are well rested. It is a busy time of year. I know that I'm ready to rest. I've just been run off my feet the last few days. It's all this prep that you're doing, and then you get to the day and you're like, oh, doing activities that you love. That's another good one. it can really recharge your battery, can't it?
Yeah.
So don't give up on, if the gym is your thing, if art is your thing, if baking is your thing, whatever your thing is, playing an instrument, make sure you're still giving yourself the time and space to do those things too, because it's important to have self-care. Connecting, we've talked about, so reaching out to someone you can trust if you're feeling lonely, or there's things like if you're feeling very lonely, there's helplines, so don't do it alone. If there's nobody that you can reach out to, then there are helplines to help you over the Christmas period. And focus on gratitude to shift your perspective in those difficult
But that's
moments.
it. Like, I might be on my own, but I have my fur babies, I have my Christmas decoration up, I have my home, I have a fridge full of food. I have so much to be grateful for. I have my health, my happiness, and I love being on my own anyway, so it's not like I'm actually lonely. Because I'm always on my own, so I know how that works. Do you know what I mean? So I just get to have a really nice dinner and a really nice day. Do you know?
Yeah.
And I am grateful for that. You know what I mean? It's been hard, but I am so grateful for having my health and my happiness, and that is priceless.
Yeah. And where I am if you need a chat on Christmas
Thank
Day.
you. Oh, thanks.
It'd be nice to say Merry Christmas to you anyway. So we should find a time for sure. And the most important thing is, no matter what your Christmas looks like, you deserve to have a peaceful and joyful Christmas time. So focus on what's important, and what is important is your well-being.
Exactly. That is the number one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is there anything else? It's a short one.
We've covered. Was it charged? How many minutes have we done?
It's 40 minutes. So
Oh, not too bad. But sure, it's okay. It's Christmas. I need that family to get to anyway.
I have,
Yeah.
and
So.
tidying to do. We are. I don't know what day we're going to do it, but we're going to look at not New Year's resolutions, but New Yous. How to get that New You.
Exactly. Healthy habits, and tools that we can use for the new year to get ourselves back on track, or to start out new ventures, whatever. Just tips and tricks on how to actually go after your goals in the new year.
Forward in the direction you want to for your 2025. So I'm not sure. The next one should be New Year's Day, but I'm not quite sure I'll be able to do it. So we might have to do it on maybe the 2nd or something like that.
Yeah. I'm going to do any day next week anyway.
So I'll put something out well in advance if it's not actually New Year's Day, but it's going to be very close to the first or 2nd. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sounds nice one. All right.
Have a lovely
Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to speak to you.
Oh, well, yeah. I'll speak to you before then. Yeah, of course. So happy Christmas, everybody, and thanks for watching. Yeah, and happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Bye. See you soon. Bye-bye.